In section 11.5, we will look at volumes of pyramids and cones. Pyramid's volume is 1/3 capital B times H. Remember, capital B is area of the base, and then H is the perpendicular line segment. It's the entire height of the pyramid. A cone's volume is 1/3 pi r squared h, where r is the radius and h is the perpendicular height of the cone. In number 1, we want to find the volume of the pyramid of Khufu, an Egyptian pyramid. Khufu is a regular square pyramid with a height of 147 meters and each side of its base 231 meters. So our base 231, and then our height is 147. So volume will equal 1/3 times area of the base. Since it's a cube, we'll just take 231 times 231, sides are the same, times our height, 147. So volume equals 1/3 times 53,361 times 147. It's about 261,468.9 meters to the third. In number 2, it says a bin at a granary is in the shape of a cube with a pyramid underneath it. If the cube is 5 feet tall and the entire bin is 9 feet tall, how many cubic feet of grain will it hold? Alright, so we know our cube is 5 feet tall. Since it's a cube, all of our sides are congruent. The entire height is 9, so then that means that our height of our pyramid must be 4, because 5 plus 4 is 9. Alright, so let's first find volume of our cube. So for our cube, volume will equal area of the base, so 5 times 5 times the height, which is 5. So volume of the cube, 25 times 5, or 125 feet cubed. Then volume of the pyramid, so volume equals 1/3 times the base, which is 5 times 5, because it has a square base, times the height, which is 4. So volume equals 1/3 times 25 times 4, or 33.3 feet cubed. So then the volume of the entire grain bin will be 125 plus 33.3, or 158.3 feet cubed. In number 3, we have a cone. It says if a cone has a height of 6 inches and a volume of 18 pi inches cubed, what is the radius of its base? So remember, volume of a cone is equal to 1/3 times pi r squared h. So our volume's 18 pi. Keep that 1/3 pi on the right. We don't know our radius, but we know our height is 6. Okay, so simplifying on the right, we have 18 pi equals 2 pi r squared. A third of 6 is 2. Then divide both sides by 2 pi. And we're left with 9 equals radius squared. So then take the square root, and we get that 3 inches is our radius. Number 4 says an ice cream cone holds 1/8 pint of ice cream. The rest of the ice cream will be above the cone. If the cone has a diameter of 2 inches, how high does it need to be? And we're also told that 1/8 of a pint is 3.6 inches cubed. Alright, so we are given that our volume is 3.6 inches cubed, and we're told our diameter is 2 inches, so then that means our radius is 1 inch. And we need to find the height. So remember, volume equals 1/3 pi r squared h. Then let's plug in what we know. Our volume's 3.6. Our radius is 1, and we're going to solve for h. So we have 3.6 equals 1/3 pi h, and divide both sides by 1/3 pi. We get about 3.4 for h, so then that means the height needs to be 3.4 inches. Number 5, it says find the volume of the square pyramid with base edges 16 meters and slant height 17 meters. Okay, so you notice that we have a right triangle formed. If the bases are 16, then that makes the base of our right triangle 8. Our hypotenuse is 17, and we want to find our other leg, which is the height. So using the Pythagorean theorem, 8 squared plus h squared equals 17 squared. So 64 plus h squared equals 289. Solving for h squared, we have h squared equals 225. Then taking the square root, we get our height is 15 meters. Alright, now we can find the volume. So remember, volume of the pyramid, 1/3 times area of the base. It said it was a square, so our sides are the same, so 16 times 16 times the height, which we solved to be 15. So volume equals 1/3 times 256 times 15. And then simplifying, we get volume of the pyramid equals 1,280 meters cubed. Alright, number 6, we're going to find the volume of the cone in terms of pi. So we are given the diameter is 6, which means our radius is 3 inches, and we're told our height is 11 inches. So remember, volume of a cone, 1/3 times pi times radius squared, so 3 squared, times the height, which is 11. So volume equals 1/3 pi times 9 times 11. So volume equals 1/3 pi times 99. And it says to leave in terms of pi. So take 1/3 of 99, you get 33. We're going to keep our pi, and that'll be inches cubed. In number 7, we want to find the volume of the cone to the nearest tenth of a cubic foot. Alright, so we're given our diameter is 4 feet, so that means our radius is 2 feet, and then our height is 6 feet. Perpendicular line segment from the tip of our cone to the base. Alright, so volume equals 1/3 times pi times our radius squared, which is 2, times our height of 6. So volume equals 1/3 pi times 4 times 6. So volume equals 1/3 pi times 24, which is 8 pi feet cubed. And then we want to round that to the nearest tenth of a cubic foot. So multiplying your calculator and rounding, get that our volume is about 25.1 feet cubed. Number 8, it says a pyramid is 16 feet tall and has a square base. If the volume is 3,600 feet cubed, find the length of the side of the base. Okay, so we're told our height is 16 and our volume is 3,600. We want to solve for one of the sides. So we're told also that it's a square base, so we know our sides are the same. Keeping in mind, volume for a pyramid is 1/3 times area of the base times the height. So our volume's 3,600. So 3,600 equals 1/3. Now, area of the base would be length times width. Since it's a square, it would be side times side, or side squared, because those sides are the same, times our height, which is 16. So I'm just going to simplify on the right. Third times 16, 16 thirds, s squared. So we'll multiply both sides by 3/16. So we have 675 equals our side squared. Then take the square root, and we get that our side is about 26 feet. So each of the sides are about 26 feet. In our last example, number 9, says find the volume of the figure to nearest tenth. And you notice that we have a rectangular prism as the base and the pyramid as a top. So let's first find the volume of our rectangular prism. So for the prism, remember volume equals area of the base, so 24 times 24 times the height, 15. So our volume equals 576 times 15, or 8,640 feet cubed. Then to find the volume of the pyramid, I'm going to take 1/3 times area of the base. It's a square base, so 24 times 24, times the height of the pyramid, which is 9. So volume equals 1/3 times 576 times 9. And then simplifying, we get volume of the pyramid is 1,728 feet cubed. Then to find the volume of the entire figure, we're going to add our two volumes together. So we get volume of our figure is 10,368 feet cubed.